What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, sports fans of all countries, creeds, and nations? That's right, it's Predicting the NFL with Mickey G, and we just finished up the regular season of the NFL, and boy, was it a banger. The Jaguars got the number 1 overall pick. The Buccaneers pretended that they're good because they have literally one of the most incredible rosters put together besides the quarterback position in NFL history. Yet they almost missed the playoffs because Tom Brady's bad. Last week, how did I do? I went 11-5. Banging job. 155 and 101 overall. So I was close to being under 100, but that's definitely the goal next year, is to get under there. I shouldn't be getting better. That would make sense. Game of the week, got that right. 11-6 on that one. Crapfest wrong. 8-9. Upset also wrong. Jets didn't pull through, get that three streak win or whatever. 3-14 there. Way too early overall predictions. 8-8 overall. 148-88. So we finished significantly ahead. 7 games or so, I believe. I did some math wrong. Not 148-88. 148 and 108. That makes way more sense. That was last week. That's the regular season. Moving into the predictions. Here's the thing. On the AFC side, we have the Chiefs with the number 1 overall seed, the first round bye, and all that. And starting off on our first game, we have the Ravens at the Titans. The Ravens were one of the few teams, like most of the AFC actually, were close to not making the playoffs. The wild card was very close for a long time. The top 3 seeds were fairly certain a couple weeks prior, but the last 4 were up for grabs, and the Dolphins were the ones to lose out because they lost Ryan Fitzpatrick and also had to play the Bills in Week 17, whereas the rest of these teams had easy matchups going into the last week. Titans, Derrick Henry passed 2,000 yards rushing. Should be the MVP. It'll probably be Aaron Rodgers, which is disappointing because the brother literally ran for 2,000 yards. Give him the MVP trophy, please. Ravens have had some struggles throughout the year. They've been up and down, but they've had a fairly easy schedule. They play the AFC South, so there's 2 wins in there. Texans, Jaguars, Bengals, that's 4 wins right there that you just can't, you're just going to win those. And then the Browns played bad against them, so there's 6 wins there. I don't think they're that good, is basically what I'm trying to say here. Whereas the Titans, on the other hand, I think are good. Their defense had lapses in sufficient play a couple times, but, last week was odd. Deshaun Watson just really was trying to have his team be functional and just can't do it because him and JJ are trying to carry the Texans to relevancy, and they can't do it, and it is very sad to watch. And I hope they both leave in the offseason because, 1, they won't be playing the Jaguars 2 times a year anymore, and second of all, because they both deserve better. Anyways, I'm picking the Titans. I think they're better. They should win this game. Next is the Browns at the Steelers. Now, the Browns barely beat a practice squad for the Steelers last week. Steelers rested most of their starters on defense and a lot of them on offense as well, especially Big Ben at quarterback. Mason Rudolph came in and almost won a game. Come on now. Mason Rudolph, the dude who got a giant fat to the head from Myles Garrett. But the Browns are able to pull out a win. Here's the thing, they played into a trap. Now they have to play the Steelers 2 weeks in a row, and this time the Steelers have most of the starters back, and they actually want to win this game, and they're going to. The defense rested TJ Watt, so he's coming off a fresh week, and there's other people too that were rested, but TJ Watt off a rest. I'm not liking the chances for the Browns here. Steelers are winning this one. Next is the Colts at the Bills. I think this will probably be the closest game in the AFC and the most chance for the upset to occur. The Colts defense, when it plays its best, is absolutely unstoppable to go against. Offense can do very functional things, and Jonathan Taylor has gotten better and better as the season has gone on, which is a great look for them. The Bills, however, are the hottest team in the NFL right now, and it is very hard to pick against them. Their defense is playing well. Their offense is playing well. Josh Allen has completely shocked me. He's a complete turnaround from his previous 2 years in the league. So, good on him. I don't know what to say to you. I have to go with the Bills in this one. I think they are the better team, but I can see the Colts coming in with an upset here with how strong their defense is. Moving to the NFC, the Packers got the first round bye because they had an incredibly easy schedule. because they are in the NFC North. And I believe the only game they lost in that division was to the Vikings, who stood in their own way of making it into the playoffs this year because they just decided to like only win half their games half the time. The first game we have is the Buccaneers at the Washington football team Redskins, baby. Here's the thing. Tom Brady's bad. All right, we all know this. Blaine Gabbert is probably a better option for the Buccaneers here. They should have just kept Jameis. I mean, come on now. The guy was going to kill it. He just got surgery on his eye. They went with Brady, and he's been carried by his offense this entire year. Here's the thing. He's going up against one of the top defenses in the NFL. Yes, the Redskins' offense, it's complete garbage most of the time. Alex Smith is definitely the best option that they have, probably, but he's hurting a little bit as well, so it's not the best thing. But the defense is going to come out big. Chase Young said he wants to sack Tom Brady, and I'm not going to stand in his way, and I think he'll do it. And I'm picking the Redskins here, and what most people think is the dumbest pick of all time, but in reality, you're dumb if you don't think that this is a decent pick. Next is the Rams at the Seahawks. Now, here's the thing. Jared Goff's still kind of up in the air here. No one knows if he's going to play or not. I'm going to say it's probably better if he doesn't, because he's also bad. John Wolford, as we know, is the GOAT, and if you don't have the GOAT, who's one step behind him? The boat. So, I mean, you can't go wrong there with either of the top two picks in that spot. I mean, Jared Goff, you just got to hope his thumb is just not functional yet, because you don't want him in that game. I think that the Rams also have an incredibly strong defense. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey leading that team to victory, and the Seahawks have been struggling this year, so, I mean, offensively, Russell Wilson has, in the second half of the season, not been the best, honestly. And Ramsey should be able to shut down DK as he's done previously in the season. So I feel like the Rams might have the edge in this one, and I'm picking them there. And finally, we have the Bears, I guess, at the New Orleans Saints. The Bears are bad. We all know this to be true. This is honestly worst case scenario for the Bears, because now they're probably going to think that Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky are actually functional quarterbacks and coaches, which they aren't. They're not good. And they need to be gotten rid of, but they're not going to, because their defense and other things have just carried them into this playoffs for no reason. But they're going to get smacked by the Saints. Alvin Kamara is back, baby. He came off a 6-touchdown game, had a rest week, and you're going to tell me he's not going to do well? Come on now. Drew Brees also had a very good game last week. I looked more like better and in shape and things like that, so I think it's a good look for him as well. The defense has been playing well all throughout the year, so I feel like big things are coming for the Saints, and they are going to get this one. Well, that is actually all of the picks for this week. It's playoffs, there's a lot less, but I talked more about them, so it's probably still the same length of video. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to smash like, subscribe, and as always, adios.